I think one thing, when I was growing up, I saw that, my dad, he was always working away from the family, right? So I only have time with him on the weekends, right? And of course, when I was much younger, I saw my mom, she worked very hard for the family as well, right? She was juggling between different jobs, different gigs, right? Really trying to make ends meet, right? So from that, ever since young, I knew that hard work was very important. Yeah, but I told myself that, I know hard work is very important, but I'm someone that was very rebellious, right? I didn't like to study. How many of you all don't like to study one? Wow, okay. Got quite a few, right? So I don't like to study also, right? But I'm someone that if I don't want to study, I will never let my life be decided by fate, right? So, I tell myself that if I don't like to study, I have to excel in something else, right? So I started, to explore things like sports and all that, and slowly I started to pick it up, right? Then, as I grew up, I don't like to study to the point that I remember, right? Back then when I was in poly, I stopped going to school because I felt that, I couldn't study and I wasn't good enough, right? And that was the self-doubt that, I had all the way throughout, and this was how I pretty much grew up. Yeah, but I think, what I saw from my parents was that I think through their hard work, that was something that I also wanted to do, right? So I started to look for a lot of different kind of opportunities, right? I started to look for different kind of part-time jobs, gigs and all that, and having the perception that if I have multiple jobs, I will have multiple streams of income, right? But I didn't know that the one thing that I didn't have was time, right? So I worked many different kind of jobs thinking that like, okay, I can accumulate a lot of skills, a lot of experience, I can become better as a person, right? But little did I know that I was working really hard, right? But I wasn't getting the outcome that I want, right? And I think, how I chanced upon this new skin opportunity was because I met a friend in basic military training, right? So in Singapore, we have basic military training because we have to serve national service for 2 years, right? That was where I met him, right? And actually at the start, he came to me, he asked me, he said this, bro, I heard you're very entrepreneurial one. Then I look at him, I say, don't waste your time. Whatever that you are doing, I'm not interested. And it was to the point that I told him, right, I say, please also don't go around scamming old people's money. Yeah, that was literally what I said, okay? But long story short, actually, if you all know the story, the next person that I went back home to scam, right, was my mom, right? I asked her to get the products, right? So I think, that was really how I started. But I think it was through his sincerity, right? Over the course of the next few weeks, he really showed me that, hey, he really keep asking and not just asking me to do and explore an opportunity, but he really made friends, he really understood what I really wanted, right? And he brought me to this environment, right? And I think the very first time when I came for convention, I also dragged my mom over with me, right? And then, I think she's also here in the audience also, right? But, the first time when I asked her to come, right, actually, when we went back to the hotel, then she told me one thing. She said, mommy actually don't want to come one. Yeah, but then it's because you keep asking me to come, right? That's why I come. Yeah, and actually today, I think she come also is because I keep asking her to come, right? So, I think, but that reminded me, and one thing that she added on was something that she told me that she said, when she came into this environment, she know that I will be in good hands, right? She know that this environment is very nurturing, right? If I want to do this business, I better make sure, right, that I make a decision and I go all the way with it, right? And that's how I started. Yeah.